Are you planning a summer vacation this year? Well, I've got some tips that will save you money. Welcome to Gary Talks Money, the finance channel without the gimmicks. My name is Gary, and today we're going to be talking about some easy ways you can save money on your summer vacation. Travel season is in full swing, and no one loves a good road trip or international adventure more than I do. Over the years, I've been fortunate enough to visit some incredible places around the world, and during my travels, I've picked up quite a few money-saving tips and tricks. So, I thought I'd put together a list of my top 5 travel savings tips and share them with you today. If you've got a vacation plan this summer or you have a travel savings tip of your own you'd like to share, I'd love to hear about it. Let me know all about them down in the comments section below. All right, let's go ahead and jump right into my 5 easy travel savings tips. My very first travel savings tip is to start planning your trip well in advance and begin booking your tickets ahead of time if at all possible. Now, it's a very good idea to start planning for your trip a few months in advance of when you think you'll be going. So it might sound like overkill to start planning for your trip 2 to 3 months in advance, but it's always a good idea to start looking at airline ticket prices, hotel availability, the hours and availability of different attractions, and the pricing of different attractions. It's a great idea to start that early advanced planning ahead of time so that you know exactly what to expect when you get there and you have a good idea of what to budget. If you're planning on traveling here domestically within the United States, I would say to give yourself a minimum of 2 months in advance to book your tickets and get your preparation done ahead of time. If you're going to be traveling internationally, I would definitely extend that time out to 3 or 4 months. Now, why do I say this? Generally, trips that are booked and planned well in advance are going to be a little bit cheaper than those that are planned more spur of the moment. So you're going to notice that airline rates and hotel rates are going to be a bit higher the closer you get to your date of departure. So if you book your hotels and airline tickets in advance, you're going to be able to take advantage of some savings. So my recommendation is to begin planning your vacation well in advance. So if you're thinking about going on vacation in early to mid-summer, it's probably a good idea in early spring to start looking at the prices of things where you're going, to get a feel for how much airline tickets cost, to get a feel for how much your hotel room will cost, and also see about the availability and pricing of attractions wherever you're going. Now, if you're booking an airline fare, my recommendation is to use some sort of price comparison tool like Google Flights to make sure that you're getting the best price. Something to remember is that adjusting your trip's dates by just a few days in either direction could potentially save you hundreds of dollars. Since airline fares and routes are going to vary dramatically, those prices are going to fluctuate based on the date that you book. So if you have any wiggle room or flexibility in your schedule, definitely check a few dates before and a few dates after your target departure to see what the cheapest price is. Once you verify that you have the best price, go ahead and book your airline tickets ahead. And also, I would recommend at least taking a look and seeing what your hotel prices would be. It may not be a bad idea to use a tool like Expedia or Booking.com to go ahead and book those hotels in advance as well. If you're going to be booking hotels, my recommendation is to book through a site like Booking.com that allows you to book for free and allows free cancellation. Sites like Booking.com also allow you to pay at the property, so you don't have to put any money down until you actually get there. Once your hotel and airline tickets are reserved, I would go ahead and start looking at attractions to see what the pricing and availability of the different things that you want to see is. Now, my recommendation is that you purchase tickets for the attractions that you absolutely want to see ahead of time. This will mean that your reservation is guaranteed, you'll be able to get in a timely manner and avoid lines, and in many cases, you can actually get a discount for booking in advance. Alright, my second recommendation is to use flight tracking websites and to take advantage of sale fares when you can. Before I book travel anywhere, I personally like to check sites like Kayak, Hopper, or Google Flights to make sure that I'm getting the best deal on my airline ticket. Sites like these allow you to look for cheap fares, sale fares, and even set up price tracking alerts. Another recommendation is to check out sale fares that are offered directly through carriers. These are generally going to be limited time offers that come up around holidays or around the change of a season. Sale fares can be very, very cheap and can offer you access access to tickets that would be much more expensive otherwise. Generally, sale fares are going to offer you a lower price on the base fare. While these sale fares can be really cheap and dramatically lower the base price of the fare, you want to be on the lookout for things like hidden fees. Some carriers will charge extra hidden fees for things like baggage or seat selection, so beware of those, and also look for blackout dates on sale fares. Oftentimes, sale fares will only work during designated blocks of time, so if you're getting ready to book a ticket with a sale fare, you want to make sure that the dates that are being offered are going to work for your trip. Something that you should keep in mind when you're getting ready to book your ticket and you're looking for a good deal on these flight tracking websites is you want to be aware of certain high traffic travel days, holidays, and other times when it's not a great idea to travel. In general, I would recommend avoiding travel during holidays and holiday weekends, since those are going to be the peak times for airlines and prices are going to be much higher. You also want to keep in mind that things like attractions and hotels may also have modified pricing and availability. The last thing that I want you to keep in mind is if you do end up finding a good deal, don't be afraid to go ahead and snag it. Airline ticket prices fluctuate widely, so there's a good chance that ticket price could change if you come back later. So if you find a good deal that you're comfortable with, you comparison shop it, and you see that it's a good price, go ahead and buy it. Alright, my next travel savings tip is to use your credit card's hidden benefits if you have them. A great way to save money when traveling is to take advantage of your credit card's hidden benefits. A lot of people don't know it, but some credit cards actually offer trip cancellation insurance if you book your airline tickets with that particular credit card. So, if your trip gets canceled due to a medical emergency, bad weather, or some other circumstances, you can rest assured knowing that your trip will be covered. It's important to note that coverage offered through credit card companies is going to vary widely, so it's a good idea to read the fine print and familiarize yourself with the coverage before your trip. You may also want to consider purchasing additional travel insurance if your credit card's coverage is not enough. Another thing that some credit cards offer is rental car insurance. While your personal auto insurance generally covers whatever vehicle you're driving, your credit card company may offer secondary coverage. So, worst case scenario, if you do need to make a claim with your insurance company, your credit card company should at least cover the deductible. That means that if you have coverage from your credit card company, you can decline any additional coverage that the people at the rental car agency are going to try to sell you. Now, something to keep in mind is that coverage like this used to be relatively common with credit cards, and it used to be a pretty standard benefit that a lot of cards had. Nowadays, however, these benefits are usually reserved for the higher end Visa and MasterCards that usually have an annual fee. So you want to make sure that your card actually has coverage, and if not, you might want to research what cards do offer coverage and see whether that annual fee might be worth it for you. Alright, that brings us to tip number 4. My recommendation is that you pack your own food and snacks for your trip, if at all possible. The price of food is insane these days, especially at restaurants, concession stands, airport stores and restaurants, so you want to try to save as much money as possible by packing some food and snacks with you if you can. So we all know that airport and convenience store food prices are extremely high. So if at all possible, a good idea is to pack some of your own food and snacks ahead of time so that you can save some money and avoid those last minute impulse purchases. If you can, I would definitely recommend packing some small packages of snacks, things like crackers, protein bars, trail mix, or beef jerky. Those are all super easy to carry, they're lightweight, and they pack a punch when you're ready to have a snack. If you know that you're going to be flying around mealtime, my recommendation would be to pack a sandwich with you so that you can pull that out on the airplane and you don't have to pick something up at the airport or buy something in flight at those insane inflated prices. If you're going to be flying, I would definitely recommend that you pack a collapsible water bottle like this. You can take it and fill it up at the gate with water. You could also take something like Crystal Light or Liquid IV powdered beverage with you, mix it up when you're on the airplane, and you can have a really cheap, close to free beverage with you. That way, once again, you can avoid purchasing something at that airport convenience store, and you don't have to buy anything while you're in flight. My next recommendation is for when you're finally on your trip and you're enjoying your time on your vacation. It would be to skip most of the overpriced souvenirs that you come across. To save some cash, my recommendation would be to skip most of the overpriced souvenirs that you run across in gift shops and souvenir stores. My recommendation would be, if at all possible, opt for free or inexpensive alternatives to souvenirs when you can. Things like ticket stubs, brochures, and maps are usually free. You're already going to have them. You might as well save them and keep them as a little souvenir of your trip. My next recommendation is to avoid the temptation to pick up something at every single stop along your vacation. Instead, pick up a few meaningful items at key stops along your trip. By limiting yourself to purchasing souvenirs at only the bigger key stops, you're going to definitely save yourself some money, but you're also going to make a lot of memories in the process. The next thing that I would caution you against is purchasing a bunch of souvenirs for all the people back at home. Chances are most of your friends and family aren't going to be expecting something anyway. If you really do want to grab them a souvenir, pick them something up that's inexpensive, like a postcard or a fridge magnet. It'll be a meaningful little thing and it won't break the bank. Something that I like to do when I'm on vacation if I'm in a different country is I like to go to the grocery store and pick up a few bags of snacks or maybe a few candy bars and bring those back as souvenirs to give to my friends and family. It's quick, it's inexpensive, and it's a really unique gift that people are going to really enjoy. Another option that I like to do is to take plenty of pictures and share them with people once I get back home. You can either share them with them electronically or print out a few of your favorite photos, write a handwritten note on the back, and share it with them once you get back. That'll be a great gift, they'll cherish it, and it's a very thoughtful gesture. If you want to take it a step further, you could grab a picture frame at Walmart or a dollar store and put your picture in there. It'll make a great keepsake, and it's an inexpensive gift. Alright guys, that's going to be about it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found the tips in this video helpful. If you did, please be sure to go ahead and smack that like button. If you're interested in checking out some more of my videos, I'll have a link to a playlist up here and down in the description below. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Take care guys, and I'll see you next time.